Hi, and welcome to week number 5 of the Happiness Reset Challenge. If you'd like to check out the other videos, I'll put a link to them right up there in that corner. One thing you have to understand is that happiness is not a destination or an event like many of us seem to think it is. Think of your past. Think of the times where you wanted something and you thought, well, when I get married, I'll be happy. When I get that new iPhone, I'll be happy. When I get the job, I'll be happy. And happiness, true happiness and meaning in your life come from living a life that's true to yourself, that's true to your values, and those things are going to change over time. And in order to live that life, you need to live a life that you have shaped yourself, one that you've created, one that you've designed. And both of those steps are important. Creating the life in your mind, imagining it, knowing what you want is definitely half the battle. But if you stop there, you're not going to achieve the happiness and meaning that you seek in life. You need to create it once you've designed it. What I tell my clients is that they have two possible futures. A default future, which is what's going to happen to them if they do nothing, or if they continue doing what they're already doing now. That is a future that you have no control over and often is controlled by someone else. Maybe it's your boss, your job, your parents, your peers, or you've got the possibility of living a designed future, one that you have decided you want and one which you go ahead and create for yourself. So, to build that happiness, that meaning in your life, what you need to do is design it. You need to decide what you want less of in life. The thoughts, the energy drainers. You need to decide what you want more of in life. And you need to be curious about what else might work. What I encourage people to do, and what I try to do myself, is live a life of experimentation. You try something, you get curious about it, and you think, will that work? I know people that live their entire lives that way. They learn of a new meditation technique, a new diet, a new way of doing anything, and then they say they're going to give it an honest chance. So they try it for 30 or 60 or 90 days. They give it an honest chance, they put their effort into it, and they see whether or not it works. If it does, they continue with it. If it doesn't, they try something else. So try living in experiment mode for the next few months. Try some things, see if they work. If they don't, try something else. So this happiness reset challenge is not the end of a process. It's rather the beginning of a process. It's the beginning of a lifelong process of designing and building. Happiness or meaning in life is not found, it's created. So you start by designing it. Then you go ahead and you build it. And again, that's something I work with my clients around. How are we going to build what you've now designed? You try it, you test it, and then you adjust it as necessary and you rebuild it. And happiness, meaning, again, it's going to change throughout your life. Don't think you've failed. Just realize you've moved on to another phase of life, and we're going to design that now. That's what this channel is all about, navigating your next phase. So thank you for joining me today. I'll see you next week. And in the meantime, here are some other videos that you can check out.